filled clips some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey Creepsters, welcome to season 2 of Swannie's Creepshow. I have a very lovely guest. She was here last year on the show. Please welcome back Hazel Von Dark.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be back.
So good to have you back. So Hazel, is there anything you would like to discuss for this episode? I know you're pretty excited about this, so.
It's no secret that my favorite horror franchise of all time is Halloween.
Happy Halloween, ladies.
So I thought maybe there's lots to talk about there. So I thought maybe we could discuss that today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's probably going to be a very lengthy discussion, especially with all the reboots and remakes and yeah.
Yep. Lots of timelines.
Oh yeah, which I'm going to probably make fun of, and I will try not to hurt your feelings because I know you're a big Halloween fan, as am I. I'm a big out of all the slasher franchises, that is probably my most favorite.
Same.
But the timeline does get a little crazy. So starting off, which film in the franchise is your favorite?
Well, my favorite singular film is the 1978, the original.
Well, yeah, you got to go with the original because the original can't be outdone. Yeah. So.
Right. It's just a really solid film. I feel like, the further you get into it, the harder everybody's trying to make everything make sense, which kind of spurred the whole, the different timelines. And so it's just like it's pure slasher horror, right? And it's purest, finest, simplest form. And I think it was just so well done. It's definitely my favorite slasher movie. I probably have like more of a top 5 list of like just favorite horror movies, but like the original Halloween's definitely on there.
Well, I think the original Halloween, that is a must watch for any true horror fan around Halloween time. I mean, because a lot of, networks are showing different horror films, and I think that is just like the go-to horror film to watch during the Halloween season. Not only just because it's called Halloween, but I mean, it is what pretty much created the slasher genre. So, I mean, yeah, you had Psycho and all that years before. But, I mean, as far as like iconic, villains that are in a slasher genre, it created that. So,
yeah, I think it definitely inspired like the genre to go where it did 110%. I believe that. Are you familiar with the different timelines and the continuity of them? So which one's your favorite timeline if you had to pick one?
Which one is my favorite timeline? I'm going to have to go with the original timeline with Jamie Lloyd.
Okay.
The
one that contains the Thorn trilogy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that one's my favorite and reason being is, those were that was the original timeline. And so I'm kind of a purist when it comes to that. Plus I just think those were the better sequels. anyways, as far as the timeline goes, because, you know, especially with the last timeline with Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends and all that. You know,
Blumhouse.
it's just,
yeah.
The first one in that reboot there was good, but it seemed like the next two fell really short of what they could have been.
Yeah, so, I agree. I really enjoyed the 2018 reboot.
Yes.
And I would have to put that in probably my top 3 of the whole franchise. I loved it so much. But yeah, I agree with you. Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends kind of went off the rails a little bit, but I feel the same way about the original timeline. Like the original timeline had me up until 4. And then like 5 was okay. And then the 6th one was the Curse of Michael Myers.
The Curse of that one,
the one that they really kind of delved into the whole blood curse, which and that's kind of my argument against, like, they just kept trying to like make it make sense. And so they really wanted to give like a reason why Michael Myers was the way he was, and why was he able to survive all these deaths, and why did he move throughout the world the way that he did. And I think it just went off the rails just a little bit. It kind of lost me there. I think just judging from where it came from.
Well, and if you read the original script that they had for 6, the original script was a lot better, but unfortunately, you know how studio execs want to stick their fingers in everything, and they made them do so many rewrites that it became the ridiculous mess that it ended up because Donald Pleasance, signed up for 6 because he really loved the original script, and then when they started rewriting and everything, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore, but can't back out now, so yeah.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of redeeming qualities to that one for me, with the exception of maybe Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it was Paul Rudd's first movie,
Tommy.
And he's super cute, and how can you not love Paul Rudd? So
Right. And him trying to play in a horror movie, it was just so cute.
Oh yeah, and that was his very first film.
Yeah, so, that's what I had read.
Yeah, that was like, he had filmed that right before he did Clueless. And of course, Clueless is what put him on the map.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about Halloween 3. How Halloween 3 has nothing to do with the entire franchise. Now, by itself, it is a very, solid standalone film if you don't try to put it in with the franchise. Now, if you're trying to put it in with the franchise, that's a whole...
It doesn't make sense.
What the hell is this doing here,
Third commercial, it's still on, please. Take off the third channel. The third channel, it's still running. Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time. You've got to... Please, stop it. Stop it now. Turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it!
Well, John and Debbie's intention for Halloween was to be an anthology, and just like a series of stories that just happened to happen on Halloween, and they were not connected. So yeah, that movie did so terrible that it made them kind of go back to the drawing board and be like, maybe we should just rethink this. And then they brought Michael Myers back in. I've heard rumors, and I would love it if they were true, that they could still continue the anthology. That they have been trying to get like an anthology, just like that whole original concept of just like these unrelated stories that take place on. They're still trying to get them made, so we'll see. That would be really cool if they did.
I think I've heard that rumor, but I think they're going to go, from what I understand, if you're talking about the same thing I think you're talking about, they're going more like with like Trick or Treat, with Sam, and with it all happens on Halloween, but they're not entirely related except for the character of Sam. So, but I think they're going with like a concept of that.
Okay.
So from what I think you're talking about, we might be talking about 2 entirely different things.
We might be, because there's so much out there on the internet. You never know.
But, I understand what you're saying there, because they were originally wanting it like an anthology, like the Trick or Treat film. Yeah. So, but each story with its own standalone film.
No, it's a good movie, and it kind of makes the Thorn trilogy make a little bit more sense, like in the direction they went there. But yeah, I still think I think H2O was a great film. I did not like Resurrection.
Well, like, I actually, Resurrection was just, that was horrible.
Yeah. I hated it.
I don't think anybody likes Resurrection. I think Resurrection is one of those all the fans would love to forget that it was ever made. I have yet to meet anybody that goes, "Oh yeah, I loved Resurrection." So,
well, I think they were just trying to jump on that bandwagon of that whole found footage kind of aspect of horror movies, because that was really, really scary when it first came out, because, you know, Blair Witch had different. When was Resurrection made?
Resurrection, let's see, I know H2O came out in 98, so, and then Blair Witch came out in 99, so
right, so Resurrection came out in 02.
Yeah,
so I think they were kind of trying to jump on that bandwagon, and it just didn't work. But
because
H2O,
like right after Blair Witch, you had a ton of films come out, you know, with this it's a true story and it's found footage, and of course, you know, it's not, but yeah, so
right. Yeah, but I still think H2O is a really solid film.
Yeah, I the only thing I didn't like about H2O, because I used to watch a lot of MTV at that age, was that all the scary parts they had shown on all the MTV promos. So when I went to go see it in the theater, there was like no surprises. Yeah, so you had pretty much seen what was going to happen. So,
well, let me tell you my trick.
You know, I hate it when, you know, studios do that. So
let me tell you my trick to this, Swannie, is have a terrible, terrible memory and not be able to remember details, and then you get there and it's just a surprise anyway.
Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Henry. Marlon.
Doug.
Lucy.
Hi. Oh, those are cool flip-flops. Where'd you get them?
You like those? It's an interesting story. I was over on the North Shore the other day.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Huh? Henry.
Hi.
Marlon. Tom lost part of his brain in a hunting accident. His memory only lasts 10 seconds.
I was in an accident? That's terrible.
Don't worry, you'll totally get over it in about 3 seconds.
Get over it? I mean, what happened? Did I get shot in the brain? Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Hi.
Doug.
Every time. And it's funny, with the exception of, you know, 1978's Halloween, just because I've seen it so many times. Like most of these movies, I go through such big gaps between watching them that I'm just like, oh, it's just like a new movie every time I watch it. And, you know, only in the last couple of years did I discover like the whole timeline aspect of the movies. And I was just watching them randomly and not being able to connect the dots. And when I finally learned about the timelines, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, you're not dumb, Amber. Like these don't go together. They're not supposed to make sense together. So yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Like H2O and Resurrection completely ignore 4 and 5.
Yes.
So
4, 5, and 6.
Well, yeah, 4, 5, and 6. You know, because those whole timelines go together.
Right. And then the Bloomquist trilogy ignores everything but 1978.
Yeah. Yeah. Like 2 never happened. The whole hospital thing never happened. But yeah, that's the thing, you know, and I already knew about the timeline. Like I said, I've been a big fan of the genre forever, so I knew about the timelines. But yeah, if you're somebody that didn't know, I could see where it could get very confusing. Where
it's a little confusing.
What happened to her daughter? You know, it's like, she didn't care about her daughter. You know,
why does she have a son now? Where did he come from?
Daughter in this one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of sad that
the Bloomquist trilogy, and she does the Bloomhouse trilogy, and she does have, you know, a daughter again,
right?
Instead
of the granddaughter, yeah. Yeah, and then that Halloween Ends one just kind of went off the rails there.
Yeah,
like I loved where it was going in the 2018 reboot, and then
everything after that just fell really flat. It was like, we're not going to take the time to kind of flesh out a script. We're just going to jump on the bandwagon because we want to make a quick buck. And that's
right.
you could see
which
that.
Which is disappointing for Blumhouse too, because I feel like generally
usually they put out
they're pretty solid films.
Yeah. So I have, with them here lately, they've not been putting out as solid as they usually do. So like A24 Studios has been putting out more solid horror films than Blumhouse has.
Yeah.
Of course,
I'm trying to remember like what Blumhouse has come out this year.
Oh.
So we've got the Five Nights at Freddy 2, Black Phone 2, which I haven't seen either one of the Black Phone movies. Now, The Woman in the Yard, that one was kind of scary, and I did really enjoy Wolfman.
See, I was excited when they announced Wolfman, and then I saw the trailer, and of course, being a Universal Monsters fan, I was like, I don't know if I want to see that, because the trailer just really kind of turned me off of it. So I've not seen Wolfman. So,
well, it's pretty divisive. So I'm not going to say like, oh, you're going to love it, because I don't know. I did enjoy it, but I know a lot of people whose taste in horror movies I trust did not like it. So, Woman in the Yard, I thought was pretty good too. Megan 2.0, I guess, is Blumhouse, and I didn't go. I didn't bother with that one. I do not care.
I wasn't crazy about the first Megan. I mean, it was okay. It was an okay horror film, but I didn't see the point in the sequel, I'll be honest.
Right. So, and it looked so cheesy. So I was just like, no, I'm out.
So, and it's not an original concept either. So, I mean, it was decent. I'm not going to say it was bad, but I didn't see the point in a sequel. So, yeah.
It's just not my cup of tea. If it's your cup of tea, that's great.
Yeah.
I love it for you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to people.
I'm not going to knock somebody's taste, If you like Halloween Resurrection, then I'm going to make fun of you. But,
Wait, though. We haven't even touched the Stepchild timeline, which is the Rob Zombie remake.
Yes. Now, the first Rob Zombie remake, I did like. But I like the director's cut. And the director's cut, because that was actually the first version. I didn't see the theatrical cut first. I saw the director's cut first when I first watched it. And it ended like right then and there at the end. There was no open ending. It ended with him getting killed there at the swimming pool. So
because they weren't going to have a sequel?
Rob Zombie didn't want to do a sequel. And then the studio was like, no, we want a sequel. So we need you to set it up for a sequel.
Okay.
So, yeah. Hence why Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is so off the rails and weird, because it was kind of a big, pardon my French, everyone, to the studio. So, yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know any of the Rob Zombie lore, and I'm going to make a confession. These are the only two in the timelines that I haven't seen.
Oh, you've not seen the Rob Zombies?
I have not. I intend on watching them, but I have not.
If you're going to watch it, I suggest watching the director's cut of the first one. And then after that, just act like the second one never existed.
I believe that's the only one that's available on Shudder right now, too. If I remember correctly, it's the director's cut. So
yeah, because that I had a friend of mine that was in the military, and they get like movies and stuff before we do. We get to see them. So he actually had like a bootleg of the director's cut. So I got to see that before I got to see the theatrical cut, and I love the director's cut so much better than the theatrical cut. So yeah.
How do you feel about Rob Zombie's like remakes just in general?
They're kind of hit or miss, the only
I haven't seen the Munsters either.
Huh?
I haven't seen the Munsters either.
Now here's the thing about the Munsters. And I did a review on Swannie's Creepshow a couple years ago when it first came out. If you're looking for it to be like the Addams Family remake and stuff, you're going to be highly disappointed. But if you're like a big Rob Zombie fan, and I'm talking about like Rob Zombie fan, like back from him directing his music videos like in the early 90s, you're really going to get like the color schemes out of it that he uses. And also if you're a fan of the original, because the original TV show was really cheesy.
Right.
So if you're a fan of the original TV show, you'll love the Munsters. And it's a good, you know, the fact that Rob Zombie directed a children, family friendly, film, because it's very family friendly, you know, it's appropriate for little kids and stuff like that. It wouldn't be a bad film to like have, going on in the background during a Halloween party, with kids. Now, if you're going into this expecting, like the Addams Family remake with Raul Julia and Angelica Houston, and, expecting Three from Hell, Rob Zombie, you're going to be highly disappointed. It's nothing like that. It's cheesy. The color schemes are kind of wild in some scenes, but, if you are a fan of Rob Zombie from the early 90s when he was directing his music videos like More Human Than Human and a few others, you'll get the color schemes. And also being a fan of original Munsters TV show, it pays homage to it. So it's not bad in that aspect, but if you're going in there expecting, like Devil's Rejects, and you're going to be extremely disappointed. And I think that was a lot of people's disappointment because they see Rob Zombie and they're thinking, oh yeah. And they went in having that mindset, and so. Because I always try to go into a film with an open mindset. I don't try to pigeonhole a director, actor, whatever to previous films. So, because Wes Craven didn't always direct horror films. So, there's been a few films he's directed that aren't horror. So,
yeah, I think the only Rob Zombie films that I've seen are Grindhouse and House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, and he just did the one teaser trailer in Grindhouse, which was SS Werewolf Women, or Werewolf Women of the SS.
This film is a brilliant achievement in motion picture history. Finally, the truth about Hitler's diabolical plans to create a race of superwomen can be told. Werewolf Women of the SS. Welcome to Death Camp 13, home of the Nazis' diabolical plans to create an army of super werewolf soldiers.
This project, its failure will be your demise and the end of Germany, Bowman. You have been chosen. Rejoice! I have found the perfect solution. The she-devils of Belzac.
Can they alone supply the blood needed to save Hitler's mad dreams? Or will the pride of Germany fall into ruin?
This is my project.
We are now in total control of pure rule.
This is an outrage!
Featuring Udo Kier, Sherry Moon Zombie, Tom Tolles, Sybil Danning, Bill Moseley, and Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu.
This is my mission!
Werewolf Women of the SS. Written and directed by Rob Zombie.
But no, some of his films are really good. Now, I've not seen all of them. I've not seen 31. I've not seen Three from Hell. So I've not seen those two. Gosh, I can't even think of the name of it right now. Lords of Salem was super weird. I don't know if you've seen Lords of Salem. That I almost felt like you have to be, under some kind of chemical influence to get that film. That was a super trippy film, especially the ending. Because at the end you're like, what the hell did I just watch?
Right.
But anyways, going back to the Halloween timeline. We've established that nobody likes Resurrection. Besides Resurrection, what is your least favorite?
Besides Resurrection?
Mm-hmm. Because that's a given. Nobody likes Resurrection.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Thorn trilogy. I think with 6 or The Curse of Michael Myers being my least favorite.
Right.
With the,
it goes so off, and I can get that because it does. It goes so off the rails.
And is that's the one where they changed the house too? Didn't they change filming? I think in that one to Salt Lake City, and they had like is that the one with the big Victorian house?
You know, it's been so long since I've seen it.
Remember there was like a laundry chute. That laundry chute scene, was that? No, that was 5.
That was 5.
Yeah, it was 5 because that was with Jamie.
Yeah.
And
so Jamie's at the beginning of 6, but she's
right.
She didn't make it long.
And it's just the other family, the mom that lives with her parents and her brother. Yeah. Which is again a different house. Because that was, and it took me forever to even realize like what the significance of the house is. And they didn't say it till halfway through, like, oh, that's Michael Myers' house. Like, no, it's like
that's not his house. Which y'all do have a full remodel, you know?
Yeah, just a white house. I mean, I get not being able to shoot at the same place over the span of all these years, but come on.
Right.
Just find a white farmhouse.
Something similar, you know?
Yeah, because that one was so. I think the one in 5 was the blue Victorian, and it was huge. And then
I'd have to go back and watch because it's one of those things I don't fully pay attention to. So,
well, I for some reason the houses are what I pay attention to, and then the one in 6 was the red. Like,
and I have not seen it. I've not watched 6 in like. I'm gonna be honest, probably at least 20 years. So, yeah, it's been a while since I have seen 6.
I wouldn't remember anything if it had been that long ago since I've watched it. So good for you for even knowing anything that's going on, because my attention span is too short. I do not, and I'm terrible with details too. And so one thing that I had noticed, and I've looked up like. And I can't find anything, like not even fan theories or anything, but I noticed there was kind of a reoccurrence of a Raggedy Ann doll through a lot of the movies. And then I think it's in 5, is that the one where he was living in the basement of his old house?
Yes.
There was a Raggedy Andy.
It was 4. It was 4 that he was.
That was 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 and 5, I believe. So, because he returns to the house in 4.
Right.
So, yeah. So 4 and 5.
But there's a scene where it shows like, okay, this is obviously where he's been sleeping or whatever. And on his bed is a Raggedy Andy doll. And then I know, so in the original Halloween, there's a Raggedy Ann doll on Laurie's dresser in her bedroom. And then later she dies at the beginning of Resurrection, doesn't she?
Yes.
Where she falls off she's in the sanitarium. That's Resurrection. Yeah. So in that
one,
she's hiding.
The dumbest death scene ever.
Hello, Michael. Sooner or later. What took you so long? You failed, Michael. You want to know why? Because I'm not afraid of you. But what about you? Are you afraid Are you afraid to die, Michael? I just have to be sure. I'll see you in hell.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna check his mask and everything. Oops. You know, it's
Like, get one of those little clawed things. I mean, girl, you've had 3 years to plan this.
exactly.
If you knew you were going to want to see his face, which I get, but
Right.
like, why didn't you plan for that?
Yeah, that was like the dumbest, and it was the dumbest like plot twist. Like, oh, it wasn't him, you know, that gets his head chopped off at the end of H2O. You know, it was an unfortunate paramedic who couldn't talk.
Yeah, that just like not even the same build.
You know, you expect the ridiculousness to come in like halfway through the movie. No, it starts off right at the beginning. You know, it's like
yeah. Yeah, but I can't figure out the connection with the Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy dolls, like through the different. There's like at least 3 different movies they show up in.
I think that's just because that was a popular toy during that time too. Because I'm born in '85, so and I had a Raggedy Ann doll. So you know, I think that's just it was a popular toy. You know, like during the '70s and '80s. I don't think you should read too much into it because it's just
I have to figure it out. There has to be a reason.
It's Annabelle. So
I mean, it would have been around the same time, right?
Right. Yeah.
As all that was going on, like because I was trying to cross-reference
we're coming
the
up with a new
timelines.
theory here. The reason why Michael Myers did what he did was because of Annabelle. So
I mean, it's not as far-fetched as some of these timelines. I think I should get my own timeline.
Right. We're going to put out a new fan theory. The reason why Michael Myers did what he did because Annabelle was in the Raggedy Ann doll and made him do it. So there you go. That's my theory. So
well, I mean, it's not that far off if you think about like the whole thing with Jamie stabbing her stepmom or foster mom.
Yeah.
she was supposed to be, like Michael told her to do it. It's not that far off.
No. Well, and see, you've not seen the Rob Zombie ones. They kind of do that with the sequel too, with Laurie. You know, Michael gets in her head.
Michael. She needs to come with me. Come on.
I can't. He's holding me down.
Listen to me, Laurie. There's no one holding you down. Listen to me, Laurie. Listen. Stop. Listen to me. Stop it. Stop. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind.
We are ready.
Stop.
It is time, Michael.
Stop.
Take us home.
Stop. Stop.
it's so weird. It's so off the rails, but Rob Zombie did that, as a big middle finger to the studio too, because he didn't want to do, a sequel. He had made it the way he wanted to make it. He's like, I'm doing as a one-off, and they were like, no, we need a sequel. And then after, he did the sequel because they were wanting to do a third one. They were like, never mind, we're not going to do a third. He was like, I didn't think you wanted to. So
it's weaponized incompetence to the nth degree. Yeah.
It's like you could tell he did that on purpose, So, and everybody gets it for his Halloween remakes, but he just wanted to do a one-off. He did not want to, do a whole franchise of Rob Zombie Halloween. So, but yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, if you want to check out both Rob Zombie films,
it's definitely on my list to do.
Watch the theatrical version before you watch 2. So, because the director's cut won't make sense with the.
Okay, that's a good point.
So, but yeah, 2, you'll be like, what the hell am I watching? Because he kind of goes off the rails in 2, like he did with Lords of Salem. So if anybody's seen Lords of Salem, they'll know what I'm talking about. It's really out there. So, and I was excited for Lords of Salem because, I liked the song that, he had released a few years prior. And then the movie came out and it started off pretty good. And then it just got weirder. It's very much an art house film, I want to say. Especially at the very end, you are sitting there going, what the hell did I just watch? So, yeah.
I do like art house though.
Well, I like art house too, but that's not what I was expecting when I was going into this. I was expecting, like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and that's not what I got. So
yeah.
And so I have learned with Rob Zombie's films, you should pretty much go in with like an open mind, not expecting it to be like this film or this prior film here, unless they're like connected, like the Devil's Rejects trilogy. But even though House of a Thousand Corpses is a completely different film than Devil's Rejects and 3 from Hell. So even though I've not seen 3 from Hell, I know 3 from Hell is supposed to be more of the style of Devil's Rejects. But House of a Thousand Corpses, that's another one that could, kind of be, it's very trippy because it kind of goes off the rails in some point. So, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. All right. So let's do a little trivia.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. First question.
Okay.
Which future star was in contention for the role of Jamie Lloyd? And let me know if you want multiple choice.
Give me multiple choice.
Okay. Melissa Joan Hart, Amy Adams, Leah Remini, or Elizabeth Berkley?
I'm going to say Melissa Joan Hart.
You're correct.
That was a lucky guess too on my part. But I was thinking of, ages and
right.
Yeah. And I know Melissa Joan Hart's like the same age as oh God. My mind just went blank. Danielle Harris. Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, because they're the same age. Yes.
Right. Okay. Question number 2. Who provides the voice of Annie's boyfriend, Paul, in the original Halloween?
John Carpenter.
Good job. I didn't get that one. Okay. Oh,
You're talking to a film nerd here,
I think this one's a deep cut.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can stump you. Okay. What was the name of the Gentleman's Club referenced in both the original Halloween and Rob Zombie's Halloween?
Oh, shit.
Like I said, let me know if you want multiple choice.
Give me multiple choice.
Okay, the first one, High on the Hill, Last Stop In, Diamonds, or Rabbit in Red Lounge.
Rabbit in Red Lounge.
Yes, because of the red matchstick book. Yeah.
I remember it had rabbit in it. So, but my mind was like, I can't remember what the full name of it was. So, yeah.
Okay, which film first mentions the Cult of Thorn by name? Was it Return of Michael Myers, The Curse of Michael Myers, Season of the Witch, or Revenge of Michael Myers?
Season of the Witch, wasn't it?
It was not.
Oh, it was not. Okay, that had to be Curse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, question number 5. Who was the voice of the announcer in the Silver Shamrock ads in Season of the Witch?
I need multiple choice.
John Carpenter, Nigel Neal, Alan Howarth, or Tommy Lee Wallace?
Tommy Lee Wallace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the name of Laurie's crush in Halloween who dies in a car accident in Halloween?
Ben Tramer.
Yep. Okay, Rick Rosenthal directed which 2 installments of the franchise?
4 and 5.
Nope.
No.
No.
Was it 2?
Yes,
2?
that's one of them.
Okay. Was it
They're
3
not
by chance?
They're not consecutive.
They're not consecutive. Okay, that does help. Oh. Can I get multiple choice here?
The one we all love to hate.
Okay, so he did Resurrection.
2 in Resurrection.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay.
Okay, which special effects artist was brought in after Halloween 4's violence was deemed too soft and another day of filming ordered? Was it Tom Savini, David W. Allen, Greg Nicoretto, or John Carl Buechler? Buechler? Buechler.
It's either going to be Greg Nicotero or Tom Savini.
Nope.
Neither one of those?
Neither one of those.
Who was it?
It was Buechler.
It was
Buechler? Buechler. I think I'm saying that right because I've only ever seen it like written.
We're just going to say that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Okay.
So if you're watching, sir, I apologize. You know, we don't know how to say your name.
I'm sure he's watching. He's watching us.
Hey, you never know. So don't dash my drinks
yeah, we'd
over
love
here.
to have you on, Mr. Buechler, to correct us in person. Okay, who portrayed Michael in H2O?
Can I get multiple choice, please?
Dick Warlock, Nick Castle, Chris Durand, or George P. Wilbur?
Chris Durand?
Correct.
Okay.
See, that was why I can never keep them straight, especially Nick Castle, because I just feel like he popped up every so often. I can't keep.
Well, I know Dick Warlock and Nick Castle were like in the early ones, so that's why I went with Durand because.
Well, Nick was even in. Well, he was just a voice only role in 2022. The Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was around for the very first one and around for the very second one, even though it was the very last one, even though he wasn't on camera. Okay. When was Michael Myers born?
Hold on. I know this one. 1957.
That's correct. Do you know the date?
No.
It's October 19th.
Oh, October 19th. Okay.
1957.
And the reason I knew it was 57 because I know he's 21 in the 78 version. So
okay.
I had to do
I can't do math in my head that fast. Who does Laurie instruct Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace to take shelter with?
The Mackenzies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Haddonfield is located in which U.S. state? This is amazing.
Illinois.
Yep. Which film in the franchise was the least successful financially?
I'm going to say, like every film are we talking about in the franchise?
Every single one.
I'm gonna say Resurrections.
Nope, I think that's a really probably second though. It has to be pretty close to this one.
Right.
Because I can't imagine.
That or Season of the Witch.
Nope.
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 Oh, it has to be Curse because Curse was direct to video.
This one says Revenge.
Oh, okay.
Revenge of Michael Myers was the
that was successful. That had to be, was that 4 or 5? I can't remember. So
hold on. That's 5.
I was thinking it was 5, but I didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
and then it'd be
it's
4.
5.
So yeah, I know there's Halloween fans like screaming at us right now. Like,
I think I need better glasses. Okay. Michael was originally going to kill which character by shoving scissors down her throat until the actress objected?
Now, is this in the original or?
It doesn't say.
I'm going to say that it was Annie in the car.
Nope. That was my guess too.
That or I can't think of the actress's name right now, but the one that gets strangled with the telephone cord in the original.
No, it's not in the original.
It's not in the original.
Mm-mm. Do you want multiple choice?
I want multiple choice.
Okay, Tina, Annie, Jamie, or Rachel?
I'm gonna say Jamie.
It's Rachel.
It's Rachel? Okay.
Yeah, it's Rachel. Okay, in the original timeline, Laurie Strode's birth name was what?
I need multiple choice.
Michelle Myers, Angel Myers, Laurie Myers, or Cynthia Myers?
Angel Myers.
Nope.
So it wasn't a Rob Zombie, you know?
In the original timeline.
In the original timeline. Was it Laurie? Laurie Myers?
No, it's Cynthia.
Cynthia, okay. Did we ever really get told that in any of the films? I don't remember that being mentioned.
I don't remember
not gonna say it
seeing it, but I've read it in enough different places now that I assume it must be true, but I don't know where we get that information.
I don't know if that may have been mentioned in like Curse, because it's been a while since I've seen Curse and Michael Myers, or
maybe.
You know, but I don't remember it being mentioned in like 2, which is the film that introduces that she is his sister and she was adopted. I don't remember it being mentioned in it.
Well,
I've seen that one enough times, so
isn't it in?
And I don't remember it
where we get
4.
Jamie.
Yeah. 4's where we
and
get
she has, and they kind of give like her background. I wonder if they're talking about it when they kind of like give her background and like catch us up to who she is.
Right. May have. So
yeah,
that'd be something to look into where that was mentioned, because that's one I did not know. I learned something new today. So
yeah. Cynthia.
Now Laurie's birth name in the Rob Zombie one is Angel. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that's why I went with Angel.
Who are you then? I'm Angel Myers. Michael Myers' sister.
So in the Rob Zombie one, it's the same like continuity where she was Michael's sister in that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and in the Rob Zombie one, you can understand why Michael becomes the way he is, because he grows up in a very abusive home. basically, and is bullied horribly at school. So you can kind of understand why he becomes the way he is. So, especially with the Rob Zombie director's cut. Now, the theatrical version, you're like, okay, that's a bit much. You didn't have to do all that. But, you know, it's still the same concept. He grew up in a very abusive home. So that's why yeah. So you have to watch it. Okay. You're going to have to watch Rob. You can't say you're a true Halloween fan if you've not sat through the Rob Zombie ones.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not. But so up until pretty recently, I would say the last maybe 5 years or so, I'm really behind on modern horror movies because I never would watch them. So the only ones like I had like growing up and in my young adulthood, I had like a handful of like classic horror movies, and that was all I watched. Like The Omen and The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby, the original Halloween, Psycho. That's like, I never watched modern horror movies. So I do have to say, like, I have a lot of catching up to do.
Well, and my thing with a lot of modern horror, because I'm like you, I love classic horror films just because a lot of them have set the formula for what, you know, horror filmmakers do now. My problem is with a lot of, you know, modern horror, especially in the slasher genre, everybody is relying on jump scares. And you know, that's okay every once in a while in your film, but that's what you're relying on to, you know, scare the audience, then it's not a very good film. I guess that's why I like more slow burn psychological horror films, kind of like The Witch and Midsummer and films like those, is because
I do really like Midsummer.
You into the story instead of, oh, here's a jump scare here and here's a jump scare. No, you're actually getting sucked in. You're going, okay, what's going on here? And, you know, completely takes you with the whole twist at the end. So, yeah. Especially Hereditary. So Hereditary, you know, was one of those.
That's probably
it's a very slow burn, but there at the end, it, you know, oh my God. So yeah.
That's probably, if I had to say, like my favorite modern horror movie, maybe like I do really like Midsummer, but Hereditary probably has to be way up there. And I only recently, so the new Conjuring movie came out a couple of weeks ago, right? And so my movie buddy and I like wanted to go watch it. And I had seen the original, but it's been years ago. So, you know how my memory is. I didn't remember much about it. I've seen Annabelle. I haven't seen any of the Nun movies. I haven't seen any of the Annabelle sequels, just the very first one. And so we did like a little movie marathon, like to get ready to go see the new. So I hadn't seen 2 and 3 until then. And I have very strong opinions on that trilogy too. Like I thought the first one was great, really good movie. This new one was solid, but everything in between, I don't care if I ever see him ever again.
Like the first 2 Conjuring, and I've only seen the first 2 Conjuring, so I can't really speak on the others, were solid horror films. 2 kind of relied on a lot of jump scares, I think. But, and I've not seen the newest one as well. So, because, you know, those films, I think, kind of repeat the same, you know, formula. And, you know, 2 was a good film, but it's like you saw where that was coming because of the first one, basically. So, yeah. Even though I love the first one. So,
the first one was great. Yeah.
It was really
good.
And
I will have to say, I think you'll like this newest one.
Okay.
Too. I really do. I am on the look. I just like want to be really scared. And so far, outside of Hereditary, I haven't really watched anything that just really, that first Conjuring, I was pretty scary. Like my feet were up.
First Conjuring, you'll love
my feet were up underneath me the whole time I was watching it.
First time I went and saw Conjuring, I went and saw it with my best friend Nikki, and the scene where she's on top of the wardrobe and stuff. My best friend Nikki like shot 10 feet up in the air. So it was great. So.
Yeah. Yeah. My movie buddy, his observation of me being scared is like things have to be up high or on the ceiling. And then like I can't handle that, I guess. I just can't handle it. But yeah, I've always grown up with like just I've never really cared for like haunted house / possession type movies. So again, this is like one of those things like as an adult, like that and clowns. And I will say, I think I've conquered my haunted house possession phobia, but the clowns, I don't know, man.
We can't get you to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
It's not that I wouldn't watch it. I just don't want to. I've never watched it. I decided last year to do some exposure therapy, and I did go watch Terrifier 3. And I also, for the first time in my life, went to a haunted corn maze. I've never been to a haunted house or a haunted corn maze, specifically because I don't like clowns.
Right.
And so I did conquer that last year too, and I did that. But I'm still I do plan on watching it.
Have you seen the original TV miniseries of it with like John?
Never.
Okay.
No.
I would start off with that one, and then I would do the 2017 and 2019 it. So
okay.
Yeah.
So the old TV, that's the one with
Tim Curry is
Tim Curry, right?
Yeah.
So I think my issue with clowns, I read it way too young. I had no business reading that book when I was 11, and I have not fucked with a clown since then, and I don't want to.
I read the book for the first time when I was like 30 years old. And I had no business reading it at 30 years old, some of the scenes that were in that. Stephen King, dude, what is wrong? Yeah, there is some stuff that can never be adapted. I would hope would never be adapted to screen. That's in the book. Yeah, so definitely at 11, you had no business reading it. If I had no business reading it at 30. Yeah, that book is pretty trippy. So
yeah,
it's such
it is
long book.
It's very long.
Yeah,
I don't know what I was thinking. I did just recently. So I do really love to read. It can be a little more challenging for me right now. I'm in the middle of like an eye journey trying to find like the right prescription glasses. So I have started doing like audiobooks lately, and I just listened to Pet Sematary with Michael C. Hall as the narrator.
Oh, okay.
And so that was really, really good.
That is probably my least favorite book of Stephen King's.
Oh, really? I've always loved it. I've always loved Pet Sematary.
And the reason why, I'm a big animal lover, so I don't like animals to get, I am the person that is an automatic way for me to turn off a movie is if the dog or the cat gets killed. That,
well, he does, Michael does it twice.
Well, yeah, but it happens off screen though. So, I mean, it, my thing, it does happen off screen, and it's kind of a passing, oh, the dog's dead. He killed the dog. And they move on from that. They don't focus on that for like 10 minutes. Like, I don't know if you've seen Smile.
I have. Because I've seen the second one recently.
Okay.
And I know I've seen the first one, but it's been a long time. So
I hated the first one because of the cat scene.
Uh-huh.
Like, they could have just had her pulling out the dead cat out of the box. They didn't have to make it into the whole scene that they made it into. At that point, I was like, this movie sucks and I hate it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
out to the end, and then I was like, yeah, this movie still sucks. I hate it. So, yeah, but the main reason was the cat scene. I'm a big animal lover. Of course, I do a fundraiser for our local Humane Society every year because I'm that
Mm-hmm.
big an animal lover, and I hated it. So
Oh no, I get it. Like the first time I ever watched American Psycho, when he's going with the kitten towards the ATM, I was like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. I can't handle it. So I was really glad when they cut away.
Right.
They cut away from it, but
well, in the homeless guy with the dog. So yeah.
That was hard. That was hard.
Yeah.
But as bad as the movie was, the book is way more messed up.
Oh yeah, the book is way worse. So there's stuff in the book I don't think they could have got away with putting on screen. So yeah. So have you seen 3? Halloween. We're going back to Halloween.
It's been a long
squirrel
time.
moment. We're going back. So.
That's okay. We are squirrels. It's been
a lot of squirrel moments on these shows. So
it's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't remember a whole lot about it. And it's again on my list to revisit this year. That list is really long, but that's kind of pretty much what I do in my free time. I'm either at the movies because I have a movie pass.
Right.
Or I'm just in my room watching movies on my laptop.
Well, what was your initial reaction to 3? Because I know everybody probably has the same one. Like, why is this called Halloween 3?
I didn't understand what was going on. But to be fair, like most of my life watching these movies, I didn't understand. So I just chalked it up to me not knowing. Like just another day for me, not knowing what's going on. But
you're like, this must fit in somewhere,
yeah, I did like it. I will have to say one thing that really bothers, and I think does Dr. Loomis start talking about, I think it's in 4 that he starts talking about the festival known as October 31st, and he keeps pronouncing it Samhain.
It's actually pronounced Samhain.
Samhain.
What's this? It's gibberish. No. It's a Celtic word. Samhain. It means the Lord of the Dead. The end of summer. The festival of Samhain. October 31st.
That drives me so crazy.
And it's like, dude, you have an English accent. You should know the Gaelic pronunciation.
Like it's literally like a Celtic word, right?
Yeah. And it's like,
it's a Celtic festival.
Yeah, that always makes me cringe when he says Samhain. I'm like, you should know better. That's Samhain,
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's spelled Samhain doesn't mean it's pronounced Samhain,
Right. And I would think, I don't know, just like for a big movie production wise, that would be something that maybe you would put a little bit of research into.
Right.
Before maybe.
And I think he mentions that it's in 2 that he mentions that. Because Michael Myers like breaks into a school and puts like a drawing on the chalkboard or has like a drawing on the desk.
That's right.
And
that's right.
He was like, "Oh yeah, it's the festival of Samhain and
Samhain."
Yeah, every time I hear him say Samhain, I always kind of go,
yeah, for sure.
Especially, I'm of Scotch and Irish descent, and I know a little bit of Gaelic, and it's just I always cringe at that. I'm always like, that's not how it's pronounced. So
yeah, one of the few, like, well, I don't want to say few, depending on the movie, just as the franchise as a whole, one of the few things I guess that kind of gives me the ick every time I hear it was that. And
right.
That's just my little squirrel brain picks up on things.
Well, in the ridiculousness, I love 4, 5, and 6. Don't get me wrong, that is my favorite timeline. But in 4, where Michael Myers is like chunking people out the back of the truck and everything, and everybody's just driving along like nothing's going on in the bed of the truck,
Yeah.
Don't pay no attention to what's going on back there.
It's gonna be okay.
now, it's like
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many times that I don't know why they just like don't try to cut his head off every movie.
Well, they did in H2O, and then they,
It was the wrong guy. But I like even up until then, like watching him in order, like all the subsequent movies, I'm like, just cut his head off. Like cut the dude's head off. He can't survive that, right?
I shot him 6 times. What? I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart.
Can't have gotten very far. Come on.
I shot him 6 times. Yeah. This guy, this man, he's not human.
It's like in, well, especially 1, but in 2, 1, he takes a hanger to the eye. But 2, he gets shot in both eyes, even though you could see both eyes when, the blood tears are coming down. It's like, well, did she hit above? Because she surely didn't get the eyes. So, but, and then all of a sudden he's blind.
Or also, can we just talk about how he teleports from one place to another? Like somebody can fall out of a 4-story window and then like stand up and then he's already downstairs.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He
30
has
seconds
already
later
like
coming after him.
shotgun it all the way downstairs and everything.
Yeah, but anytime he's
There
on
must be a
film, he walks like
slide
really slow.
He took the slide down. Slid down the banister.
Yep.
It's like, falling out of a 4-story window, and then, and nobody has a broken leg. They just limp a little bit. It's not, I can't move, I've not become paralyzed from landing on my back,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just rounds the corner like, hi.
Yep. Like in Resurrection, when Busta Rhymes literally comes back to life after being murdered to like save the day.
Right.
Like, dude, you were definitely dead. There's no way.
Well, you kind of had that a lot at that time with different horror films that had rappers in it, because you had the same thing happen in Deep Blue Sea with LL Cool J.
Okay.
So, like, the shark gets him. He should be done for, and all of a sudden, he survives. So,
well, even in H2O, LL Cool J literally gets shot in the head.
Yeah,
and then he pops back up later.
Sudden, I'm fine.
I was like, it just grazed my ear. I'm like, my guy, you don't fall down like that when your ear gets grazed.
Right. And you're not laying there unconscious either. And they're going, oh my God, you killed him, And
maybe he just passed out. They should have just had him go, like scream and out. Like that would have even been better.
Like Pee Wee Herman's, death scene in Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a lot more believable,
Exactly.
You're gonna wish you died. Ooh! Ah! Ow! Ooh! Ooh! Ah! Ah! Ah!
God, I forgot about that movie. I love that movie.
And I know you were wanting to talk about the TV series, and I was not, and I have discovered something. People that love the TV series are not a fan of the movie, and people that are a fan of the movie do not like the TV series. There's like no in between. I have yet to meet anybody that's like, oh, I love the movie and I love the TV series. No, because they're two different worlds, basically.
They're very two different worlds, but I'm going to challenge you on that, because as a diehard Buffy television show fan, like, I am entertained by the movie. I think it is entertaining as long as, it doesn't take itself too seriously. Well, the series doesn't either, I feel like. But I think it's like Pee Wee Herman's cameo in it. I love it. It's just campy, and I think it's just really good cinema, personally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And not to show my age, but it did have a good 90s soundtrack. So,
Oh, no, it has a great soundtrack. No,
Yeah.
it has a great soundtrack. But the television show, and I was late to the game, and I was always one of those people, and I'm still this way about TV shows. Like, if they're super popular, I don't watch them. It didn't help. Like, growing up, I didn't have cable. So I really, I would see an episode here or there when I was at a friend's house or something. So enough to know, like, oh, that's an interesting movie, but never could get invested in it until the seasons, they all came out on DVD when I was in my 20s. And I still own every season on DVD. And then so I watched them all the way through for the first time in my 20s. And now that it streams, it's so easy. It's like my comfort background show.
Well, see, I watched the first couple episodes when they came out, and I just could not get into it. I guess because I had the mindset, and of course, it came out when I was like a teenager, the kid. And I guess because I was such a fan of the movie, I kind of went in with the mindset that, oh, this is going to be like the movie. And it wasn't like the movie. And I ended up being disappointed and didn't continue to watch it. So maybe I need to start, watching it, because I have a lot of friends that are Buffy fans that have told me, oh, yeah, you need to watch the show. So I may sometime in the future.
Well, and here's what I say to anybody that I'm trying to bring into the fandom is, like, that first season, especially probably the first 3 or 4 episodes, are hard to get through. And as like somebody who's coming in blind and not knowing what's going on, if you can get through halfway through season 1, and then I'm going to say, like, on season 2, their budget gets a little better. The writing gets really good. The characters start getting a little less two-dimensional and really start getting fleshed out. It's really worth it, like, to push through that first season.
Okay, I'll have to sometime in the future. It's probably not going to be anytime soon. I've got a lot going on right now, but sometime in the future, I'll have to sit down and like power through it. So
yeah, it's just such a good series, and I've read all of the comics and all the fan fiction, and I'm just really excited about a new series, and like kind of that everybody is mostly back on board. I really hope they bring Spike back. I don't know how they're going to do it, but if Halloween has taught me nothing, it's that anything is possible. It doesn't matter that he disappeared
even if you get
into the hellmouth.
So.
I hope he comes back, but not to spoil anything for you. Sorry. But
it's okay. I figure, something has been out for more than 20 years. If you drop a spoiler at this point, it's on whoever hasn't seen it. So
agreed. So are you looking forward to anything coming out like the rest of the year?
Good Boy, the one about the dog. I'm kind of excited to see. At first I wasn't, because I was like, if the dog dies, I don't want to watch it. But
I've not even, this isn't even on my radar.
The dog is supposed to live. So do you want now?
This is not even on my radar.
Yeah, it's like
I haven't even seen a preview for this.
They've shown some previews on TikTok. I don't know if you're on TikTok a lot, but they have shown some previews on TikTok. So,
I'm at the movies all the time, and usually I see trailers, while I'm at the movies, and I haven't heard about this one. I do really like the cover art. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a haunted house story from like the dog's point of view.
Okay. Yeah. So we're kind of going back, because we had one. What was the one earlier this year that was from the ghost point of view?
Oh, I don't know. I've not seen that one.
Presence.
I've not I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, I saw it earlier this year. I think Lucy Liu is in it, and I hadn't seen her in anything in quite a while. And it's kind of flipped where the point of view is from the ghost that is haunting the house. But
So
she's
it's kind of like the others in a way.
Uh-huh. But
Okay.
she's not the only one in the house.
Right.
So there's still, I think it was a really interesting and really well done. Like there was just some really nice cinematography with like these extended shots, and yeah, it was just done really beautifully.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out. So
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's scary. There were a few tense moments, but it was good.
Okay. Yeah, because like the others with Nicole Kidman that came out years and years ago, I don't know if you've seen it.
I have
I don't want
not.
to spoil
I've heard
anything
about it.
for you.
I've heard about it.
But it kind of has that same concept. So if you've not seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you because I hate it when people spoil stuff for me. And that is one, that twist at the end, you'll be like, oh my God,
Okay.
So yeah. So definitely, if you see that streaming somewhere, that is one I would definitely watch. If I would drop whatever and just watch that one because it's a good one. It's kind of, and it's a slow burn in a way too because you're like, what's going on? What is the whole situation? And then at the end, you're like, wow. So yeah.
I kind of felt the same way about Weapons. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that yet. So
and it was one
I
of
plan on
those
watching
like
that pretty soon. So
up until the very end, I was like, this movie is almost over and I have no idea what's going on. But I want to say one of my favorite villains to come out of a horror movie in a long time. And I had to fight every urge in me not to do that as my Halloween costume. Because I know everybody's going to, because she's just so iconic. But yeah, it was a really interesting. It's one of those I want to go back and rewatch it, like knowing what I know and like try to because I know there's like a lot of little details and stuff that I've missed. And of course, after I watch any movie, I went down the internet rabbit hole, like reading about like different theories and stuff. So I'd like to go watch it through that lens again.
And I've kind of noticed that with horror movies that have been coming out recently, they're kind of one of those you need to watch again to kind of get all the little Easter eggs and, clues and whatnot to get like the ending.
Right.
Kind of like with Jordan Peele's films,
Yeah.
Get Out and Us and Nope. You kind of have to go back and be like, oh, okay, so that's what was going on. So
yeah. And sometimes I can't tell if I'm just like dense or I'm just kind of slow on the uptake sometimes. So it might take me one or two watches. It might take me a couple watches to figure some stuff out.
Well, see, I'm paying attention to everything. So towards the end, I'm going, but what about this plot line? That's how I am. So yeah.
I have to think about, like, I have to marinate. I feel like sometimes I should, especially if I'm going to A24 movies, like yes. I need a notebook. Like I need to keep notes so I can keep track of everything.
Right. Because, well, especially with the A24 movies, you've got subliminal imagery going on in the background that you don't catch the first viewing and then you go back and wait, what was that?
Yeah. Longlegs was one of those for me.
Yeah. Longlegs was one that had a lot of subliminal in it, and it's one that required, I think, more than 2 viewings.
Yeah.
To kind of catch everything.
Right.
So, and Nick Cage is just so creepy in that. So
oh my gosh.
Especially with the singing. So,
Well, and for me, the last scene of that movie was like the big payoff. It was just so good. He was brilliant. It was so good.
Yeah. So we're not gonna spoil anything there.
Nope.
So, and then Sinners has come out recently, and I didn't get to see that in the theater because I unfortunately got to see that all on TikTok because everybody and their brother posted like a scene, every scene from that movie on TikTok. So I'd be like doom scrolling through TikTok, and so I got to watch the entirety of Sinners on TikTok. So yeah, maybe not continuity rise, but you know.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was kind of a smart vampire. I think, if I watched it, actually sat down and watched it like it should be instead of on TikTok. But it's a smart vampire movie from what I can see. So, yeah.
I'm pretty hard on my vampire movies. And that aspect of it, I didn't enjoy as much as I did the acting was really good. The cinematography and the color work and everything was beautiful, and the soundtrack was absolutely phenomenal. And I have streamed that album a couple of times, since watching that movie. But yeah, as far as like the vampire and like that actual like action scenes, it was good, but I don't know. Maybe I need to watch it. I might need to watch it because I know that's a pretty unpopular opinion. Because people are raving about it, and as they should be, because we haven't seen anything like it.
No, it's very different. And the way that they advertised it, you didn't know that it was going to be a vampire movie. You were like, okay, it's like prohibition gangster movie.
Right.
And so it kind of reminds me of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Which is a movie, and I talked about this in the last episode.
I love that movie.
It's a movie where, you could start off, especially if somebody's never seen it before, you'd be like, oh yeah, check out this great heist movie. And then of course vampires come out midway through and everybody's looking at you like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Oh my God. No, that's God tier movie in my opinion. That put Tarantino on the map for me. And I don't think, and as much as I do like Tarantino movies, like no other movie since then's been able to touch it. I just love it.
Well, and I think that is Robert Rodriguez's best film.
Oh,
followed by Tarantino wrote it, but Robert Rodriguez directed it.
Yes.
But followed by Grindhouse Planet Terror. So
yes.
And then Desperado. Those are like Rodriguez's top 3 films.
Have you
and then
ever
Sin City? So yeah.
And what?
Sin City. Have you not seen Sin City?
I have seen Sin City, and I do like it. And I love that it's like very, very comic booky. I think it's just Alexis Bledel ruined it for me, like as an actress. Maybe the character, I can't tell. I've never liked her in anything other than Gilmore Girls. And I think it comes from the fact that I just didn't like Rory in Gilmore Girls either. That it's just like,
she's not that good an actress.
No, she's really not.
But if you've read the graphic novels, Frank Miller's graphic novels, she did play that to what it was in the graphic novels. So, yeah.
You seen this one? Get in the car.
Oh, sugar. You just gone and done the dumbest thing in your whole life.
It just must be her face that bugs me. I have a few actors and actresses that just ruin anything they do for me. And
as soon as they come on screen, you're like, well, this is going to suck,
I need to work on myself. That's a me problem. No, but so I was going to mention.
Everybody has that. So, yeah.
I probably have, I don't know. I have a few. But have you ever seen 4 Rooms?
Yes, and I love 4 Rooms.
So
especially
this is what
I work in a hotel and I work third shift at a hotel. That is like my job basically. So I very much sympathize with Tim Roth's character in that.
Yes,
Ted the bellhop.
New Year.
Let me speak to Betty.
Party's over. She probably went home.
She lives there.
Yeah. I know her.
Well, then get on the phone. Tell her it's an emergency.
Who should I say is calling?
You tell her it's Teddy from work on the phone and there's a major fucking emergency.
Hi, Ted. I'm Margaret. You sound down. Has this not been the happiest of New Years?
No, Margaret. This hasn't been my happiest New Year. This one's starting off pretty fucking badly.
Oh, how come?
What? Betty leaves me here all by myself. And first thing, right off the bat, I'm fucked by a coven of witches.
You were fucked by an oven full of witches?
A coven of witches! Not an oven! Well, one witch in particular.
Was she an old hag with a mole on her face with hair growing out of it?
No, she was very beautiful.
Ted! What's the problem?
Well, admittedly, that was the best part of the evening. It was pretty bloody good, actually. But it's still a pretty unnerving way to start off the night.
Sounds like a pretty great way to start off the night to me.
Why don't we just skip over the witches?
Skipping the witches.
Later, in another room, some crazy fucking maniac sticks a gun in my face and forces me to play out some psychosexual drama with his wife.
Made you have psycho-sex with his wife?
No, he didn't make me fuck his wife. He thought I fucked his wife. He held me at gunpoint with a loaded gun.
What kind of gun was it?
I don't know. I'm not a gun guy. It was big.
Was it like Dirty Harry's gun?
Yeah, sort of like that, yeah.
Did it have a real long barrel or a short barrel?
What difference does it make?
Well, for one thing, it's a difference between a 44 Magnum and a Magnum 357.
Who the fuck cares? Whether it was a 44 or a 392, it was a big fucking gun. It was loaded, and it was pointed right at my fucking head.
Wanna skip this part, too?
I want you to get Betty on the phone right fucking now.
Hold on. Anybody live your name? What's her name again?
Betty.
Betty!
What you screaming about?
You're Betty?
Yeah, I'm Betty. It's my fucking place. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Margaret, and this is Ted. You guys want to go to breakfast? Let's go to dinner. Later.
Okay, Ted, what's the problem?
Hello, Betty. What's the problem? I haven't got a problem. I've got fucking problems. Plural. Want to hear?
Sure.
Well, most recently, there's room 309. There's this scary Mexican gangster dude poking his finger in my chest. There's his hooligan kids snapping their fingers at me. There's a putrid, rotting corpse of a dead horse stuffed in the springs of the bed. There's rooms blazing afire. There's a big fat needle from God knows where stuck in my leg, infecting me with God knows what. And finally, there's me, walking out the door, right fucking now. Buenas noches.
Is that the penthouse?
Yes, it is.
I think it's a genius movie, and just the concept, and Robert Rodriguez's room in the movie was my absolute favorite. Just that scene at where everything's on.
There's a dead whore. You know?
The kid's like smoking a cigar and like holding the prostitutes. Like, oh my god, that's just like top tier comedy.
A little
I love
trivia here for you: the actress that played the prostitute, that's his sister. That's Robert Rodriguez's sister.
I think I have read that before. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's it. Yeah, that's a great movie, and that was probably my first introduction, like seeing that movie, because Madonna was in it, and I think that's the reason why I watched it, and then that kind of opened up that whole door to, you know, Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez for me when I was, I don't know, probably 14, I think, when I saw that first.
Right.
Well, it didn't come out till 95, so I must have been 15 or 16. Yeah.
I saw it, I think, when I was like, I want to say I was 14, and it came on HBO like a few years after it had initially been released, and that was like the first time I had seen it. I wanted to see it when it first came out, but I was a little too young, and my dad was like, "No, you can't go see that." So, because I was like when it came out, so caught it on HBO one night, and I loved it. So, of course, I've always been a big Quentin Tarantino fan. I loved Pulp Fiction. I loved Reservoir Dogs. So, and also Robert Rodriguez. I loved Desperado. So, which came out that same year. So, yeah, I just loved it. So, and especially the story with Madonna and the witches, and
well, and I want that's why I watched it. I was like, ooh, Madonna, witches? This sounds right up my alley. And then like I had
witches at that. So so like a whole Betty Page type deal going on. Yeah.
I had no idea what I was in for and like what that awakened in me, I guess. But so speaking of oh shoot. My mind just went, but Dusk Till Dawn. I had Desperado stuck in my head. Speaking of Dusk Till Dawn, what did you think of Once Upon a Time in Mexico? Because I feel like
it was decent. I thought it was decent. A little bit too stylized after, which I mean, Desperado was too. But of course, who doesn't like Johnny Depp? But it got a little ridiculous in some points. But I mean, that's Robert Rodriguez for you,
right?
So yeah. That's just kind of his thing. So, but
I thought it was I really enjoyed it.
But out of the
cheese factor,
Desperado is probably my favorite. So,
yeah, love me some Antonio Banderas.
Oh yeah,
those were the days.
He's still hot.
Oh yeah. Oh, wasn't he? He was in that movie with Nicole Kidman that came out earlier this year.
Yes, as the husband that couldn't make her orgasm, and I'm like, well,
I'm like, come on,
shit,
like this is so unrealistic.
Yeah, I'm like, well, you didn't take me out of the movie here because we know that's not true.
He wouldn't even have to touch me. Okay, this is taking a turn.
And you're cheating on Antonio Banderas with a kid that doesn't even look like he is a junior in high school yet, Yeah. And not even cute. It wasn't even cute.
It was a hot movie though.
Yeah.
So. It was a hot movie.
I don't know the unrealistic thing of cheating on Antonio Banderas because he's not good in bed. And I'm going, are you sure?
Maybe it's you.
Exactly. Just saying.
Boy, we really are playing 7 Degrees here, aren't we?
Right. Yeah. We've had a whole squirrel moment. We've gone from Halloween franchise to Robert Rodriguez movies to borderline porno movies with Antonio Banderas and
a little Buffy the Vampire Slayer thrown in there for good measure.
So on that note, we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
Thank you for coming by the show. It's great having you again. It's always great having you because we have these, wild discussions on everything.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me back. I had a really good time.
Good. All right, Creepsters. Well, like, subscribe, share, go to Swannie's Creepshow, follow the merchandise link there. Until next time, stay creepy, Creepsters.
Bye.